What up, folks? It's your pal, Coach Vino, and this is the Glass Half Full podcast where we turn setbacks into comebacks. Let's go.
Yo, 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 everybody goes through setbacks, but don't let these setbacks make you take a step back. Step back from the situation, put your brush down, envision the picture you're painting, because everybody goes through setbacks.
All right, folks, welcome back to the podcast. I am Coach Vino, the people's bartender, your certified coach from the Boogie Down Bronx. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you guys have been well since the last time we hung out. It is a stunning day here today in New York. I am so loving it. As soon as I finish this podcast, I'm going to go out and take a really nice walk and just, do a little reflecting as one does on a beautiful day like today. So, speaking about reflecting, right, there's something I would love to talk about today is, celebrating the big victories and the small victories on your path to whatever it is you're doing in life, whether you're getting back on your feet and just trying to put yourself in a place where you feel like you're successful again and you're happy again, or you're someone that's just setting out on a new goal, a new mission, a new dream. It's important to make sure that you don't only celebrate the end goal. The end goal is dope and we all want to get there, but along the way, you're going to have a lot of other successes that you're probably not even going to bother celebrating because you're so concerned with the big prize, right? But every time you have a bump in the road or you have some sort of failure, you're going to obsess over that, right? And how fair is that? That's not fair. You should also be able to enjoy what it is you're able to accomplish along the way. Again, whether it's a small accomplishment or a big one. And a real easy way to do that is just every time you have a small success, right? Even if it's just as simple as, making that phone call that you need to make so you get this little thing off of your checklist. You have to take a moment to acknowledge and reflect on the journey that it took to get there. Because every success has a journey, big or small, there's a journey there. And so not only do you want to, pat yourself on the back a little bit and say, hey man, I'm proud that I did even that little thing. What you also get is an opportunity to learn about what it took you to do those things and how you might be able to use it in future accomplishments and future goals. Funny enough, sometimes just making that one phone call is the hardest thing you have to do because maybe you have a little social phobia or maybe you're just not sure how to approach the phone call. And it's just a phone call. But at the end of the day, sometimes that's the biggest thing you can do at that moment. And so you need to celebrate the simple act of saying, I'm going to make this call. And whether or not you get what you needed out of the phone call, the fact is you took the initiative to do so. And you need to realize all of those little steps that you take towards your major goal, towards your end game are all significant. That's why I always tell my clients when you've got a goal in mind, whatever that goal might be, create a game plan that includes a list of things to do, and they include big things and they include small things. I mean, the most minute shit. But it's important that you acknowledge that those things have to happen and that you get them done, and that when you do them, that you feel good about it. That you say to yourself, all right, man, I'm not letting shit slip through the cracks. I'm getting things done. See, when you recognize the work that you're putting in and the effort that you have, it can really help to create a maintained positive outlook on your goals, on what it is you're looking to do, right? And it could just create extra motivation because you realize things are getting done. And it doesn't have, again, to be a big thing. It could be a small thing, but guess what? It's getting done. One thing off your checklist. Now, you might think to yourself, I don't want to get too cocky by accomplishing things and thinking that, I succeeded. This is not about putting the cart before the horse. This is about acknowledging that the things you're setting out to do, you're knocking it off little by little, right? You're getting down to your checklist and there's another check and another check and another check. It has nothing to do with, getting ahead of yourself. It has to do with actually acknowledging that you are moving forward, that you are making forward progress. Sometimes we get so lost in the big picture of what it is we want to do that we don't realize that we're actually making progress towards that goal because we're so caught up in oh man, I'm not, rich yet, or I don't have this yet or have that yet. But you have to realize there are steps towards this goal that you are making. So acknowledge them. And maybe you do knock off a big goal. Like there's a big thing that you achieve, right? That's awesome. Then you should absolutely acknowledge those. And how do you do that? That's a million different things you could do. But maybe you do something like you treat yourself, right? You knocked off a really big goal. Maybe you made a deal with a brand, or maybe you bought that car that you needed in order to get to this job. I mean, whatever the case might be, right? At the end of the day, if you do something that you consider to be one of your bigger goals on your list, on your journey to success, then you should absolutely acknowledge those and maybe even treat yourself. And you don't even got to do anything crazy. I mean, you could just go out and get, ice cream for the day. You know what I'm saying? Buy yourself ice cream, buy yourself a cup of coffee. Or maybe you want to, buy yourself a small little gift, or take yourself, to a massage parlor and get yourself a massage, or get your nails done, or whatever the case might be. But you should totally acknowledge the fact that not only are you accomplishing your small goals, but the big goals, the ones that are probably more significant, are also being accomplished. And you don't want to go by not acknowledging how important and significant it is that you're doing what is necessary to get to the end game. If you've got a good support circle around you, then maybe what you do is you reach out to a friend or a family member, or your wife or husband, your kid, whoever, and just tell them what it is you did. Tell them how happy you are about how, you accomplished these specific goals. And if they're there for you, man, and they really, really care and they really want to see you happy, then they're going to cherish the success you have and the joy that they see in you right now just as much as you are. And that's going to make you feel great. And it's going to motivate you and inspire you and keep you in a positive mindset, which is what we all need as we go forward in this journey of ours. And if you're someone who likes to keep a journal, or maybe you have an Instagram or something like that, maybe you capture the moment. Take a photo or write it down, and just, to keep record of the success, if not just to share with the world, but just for you to look back on and say like, hey man, look at what I did to get here. This is awesome. Like, you can have a lot of confidence building when you look back on your journey and say, yo, I nailed this. I totally did this. Me, myself, and I. Because I don't care what anybody has to say. You need to have a level of confidence, a level of self-love in order to move forward, accomplishing any kind of goal that you might have. Because when you're not feeling strongly about yourself or the things you can accomplish, it's going to be really hard to move forward, because you're always going to have negative self-talk. You're always going to have doubt, self-doubt. And we all know that doesn't help absolutely anybody in life. One thing that's really helpful when you start accomplishing any new goals that you might have is to really practice gratitude as well. Take time to express gratitude for these blessings and these opportunities that have led to the success that you're having. Practicing gratitude, man, that really cultivates a positive mindset. And that, again, is what we want. And it starts to deepen your appreciation for life's joys, for all the little things in life that make you happy. And that's what you want. You need that forward momentum to be led by hope, confidence that you have an opportunity to do really special things, even if it's small or if it's big. One of the things that I love to do when I set goals and I start to accomplish little things here and there is to really pay it forward. And what I mean by that is, if there's anyone I know that is on a journey of their own and they need help achieving certain things, then I like to say, hey, look, this is what I learned in the process of doing what I'm doing. If you need any help, let me know. I'm happy to share what I know or lend you a hand. Paying it forward, not only is it great because you're helping other people, but you also feel really good about what you're doing in terms of helping other individuals, but also it really helps with your confidence, because you're like, not only did I accomplish this thing, but I'm helping someone else accomplish it. And it really nails down this idea that you know what the fuck you're doing over here. Another thing that I like to do is, once I accomplish a goal, I like to see if there's any other new goals that I can set on my, journey towards whatever it is I'm doing. Now, you may not need to set a new goal because maybe your goals are what they are. But if there's something else that kind of comes out of this achievement, then you should really take the opportunity to say, you know what? I might be able to use this information that I have from achieving this goal towards another goal. Don't overwhelm yourself with goals, but if there's something that you can really kind of, add into your greater list, then you should totally go for it. Don't limit yourself to what you've already accomplished, because now that you're on a roll, you got to be like, hey, you know what? I can do more, because we're all capable of so much more. Now, you don't want to go off track, and you don't want to add mindless bullshit to your list of accomplishments and goals. But if there's something that maybe you thought you couldn't do before, but now that you've accomplished A, you think you could do B, then it's something to consider. Again, don't overwhelm yourself with goals. But if there's something you can add that you think will be beneficial towards your end game, then I think it's something to strongly consider. And ultimately, when it's all said and done, the thing you really want to do is just really kind of have a moment to reflect, a little self-reflection. Take some time to reflect on what all this means to you personally, these little victories and these big victories. How does it align with the values that you have, with your, with your aspirations, and how does it align with the journey that you're on? Understanding the deeper significance of these achievements, it really enhances your sense of fulfillment and purpose. And that leads to positive mindset, confidence, hope that all of this is not for nothing, and that you will get to the place you need to be when you need to get there. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. I really hope you found today's podcast helpful. Just remember, we all want to get to that end game, but the journey could be a long one. And if that's the case, you need to learn how to enjoy the journey as much as the destination. If you or anyone you know would like to work with Coach Vino, visit my website, coachvinollc.com. Or if you just want to hang out with me on social media, you could find me pretty much anywhere at Coach Vino LLC, where I share my love not only for motivation, but also for libations. So until we hang out again, remember, folks, if nobody else tells you, Coach Vino appreciates you.
I find it hard to reveal these thoughts and express what I'm feeling in a hip-hop form. But I was born to succeed, so as long as I breathe, ain't nobody on this earth gonna crush my dreams. Yo, this might be the end of the verse, but this is just the start of a new beginning. Word.